Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another day with KJ. It's so nice to have you guys here. Happy Sunday. It's very snowy, very cold, so I'm kind of more bundled up a little bit. But I'm going to hit you guys with another story time, if you hadn't noticed in the title below. And this story time is about a time that Lars and I actually went to a Lynx game, a championship game, not this past year, but the year before that, we went to the championship game, and we got into a little bit of mischief. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad. But you're probably thinking like, man, you and Lars, you just be on games, and the answer to that is yes. Yes, we are. We absolutely are. Judge me. Anyway, so this particular story starts with Lars shooting me a text while I'm at work, and he's asking me like, hey, do you want to go to the championship game? We got tickets to go to the suite, like you can be in there, have fun, da-da-da, all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, for sure, because I want to see my girl, Seimone Augustus. So we go to the game, they win that championship that year, and we're turning up, and so we stay a little bit later, we're like one of the last people to leave, and we're watching like the closing ceremony, and so they make an announcement that they're going to have an after party at 7, the little nightclub, and so we're like, oh, we're going. So we rushed to 7, and of course, naturally, we beat the players there. So 7 is set up in like floors. So there's like a couple floors, and then there's like the rooftop bar. So we go up to the rooftop bar, grab a drink, and we're kind of chilling. We're like basically waiting for the players to show up. So we kind of befriend like the server that we have, and so we're like, hey, you should let us know when the players get here. And he's like, all right, I got you, right? So we're chilling, hanging out, and so, for about like 20 minutes or so, and then he comes back up and he goes, they're here, they're on the second floor. He goes, but the second floor is blocked off, it's VIP only, and so we're like, oh, okay. So then we're like, hey, is there a way to like sneak us into the second floor? And he was like, honestly, there isn't. He goes, the only way to get there is just down the stairway, because the stairway kind of just like spirals, and like you can get off on each floor, and he's like, really, that's the only way to get there. So we're like, all right, no problem, thanks for your help. So we go down on the second floor, and it's just a line of people like trying to get on this floor, and it's roped off, like this kind of like the nice like velvety ropes or whatever. So it's all roped off, and so we're like, okay, like we gotta try to finesse our way up in here, right? So we're kind of surveying the scene, kind of looking around, figuring out, and so we notice that everybody is just overly distracted by this large group of just fans like trying to get in like on this floor. And so we kind of see this rope just right here. We're like, yeah. So we just nonchalantly just move the rope and just like clamp it behind us and just like walk in. And my philosophy is, if you look like you're supposed to be somewhere, you're supposed to be somewhere. So we walk into like the second floor, and the way it's set up, it's kind of shaped like an L. So there's like the main section, and there's kind of like another section like over here. So we kind of just nonchalantly start walking like over here. So now the people on this section are like execs. They got like nice clothes on and either like really nice Lynx gear and stuff like that. So you know they either work for the organization or they were invited by somebody who worked for the organization. Now, mind you, I've literally got like a black zip up on with like a blue shirt underneath, some khakis, and like some sneaks, but I'm stunting. I'm like, nah, I'm supposed to be here. And so Lars has, he had jeans on, he's got some chucks on, and then he's got an Olympic jacket on. And now this is just like one of those official Olympic jackets, like one of the really expensive ones from a couple years back. So it's not like you like picked it up from Target or anything like that. Like he ordered this, like this is a special Olympic jacket. It's like what the Olympians were. So we're like, okay, let's get a drink. If we get a drink in our hands and we're holding a drink, then it'll look like we're supposed to be here, right? So we start kind of scoping it out again. We start to inch our way up to the bar, and we're in line, and we notice that you need a drink ticket in order to get a drink. So we're like, oh shoot, we're gonna get busted. So we are behind this guy, and he walks up to the bar, and the guy goes, drink ticket, and he goes, oh no, I already used my ticket, I'm gonna pay. So we're like, yeah. So we walk up to the bar, and the guy's like, drink ticket, and we're like, oh no, we already used our ticket, we're gonna pay, right? So then he's like, okay. So he gets our drink, we get our drink, and we're like, bam, we in here, right? Like, can nobody say we wasn't supposed to be here, right? Because now we got a drink, like a drink like solidified us staying, right? Anyway, so we're kind of chilling, laying low, like surveying the scene. And so the side that we're on is more of the execs, but I see off to the right, there's like a blocked off room within the whole floor, and it's like a glass wall, so you can see into it. So it's basically like one of those like glass retractable walls that they probably just like pulled up and blocked off. That's where all the players are at. So there's basically like a VIP in the VIP, and I was like, we got to get up in there. So I'm looking, I'm scoping it out. I'm like, Lars, like, we got to get in there. And so I can see Seimone Augustus, like, literally sitting at a table with a bunch of players and, like, her wife. So I see her right there, and I'm like, all right, we got to get up in there. We got to meet her. Now, I've met Seimone before. So I've met her at Loring Park. She was walking in, I was walking out. And so we just kind of nonchalantly I was like, sup? She was like, sup? So I don't really freak out when I've met celebrities. I've met a couple so far, not like a lot, but I've met celebrities before. And I'm usually pretty chill. I usually kind of treat them like the human beings that they are. So like I said, I've already met her before. So I was like, nah, I'd love to just say what's up, say hello kind of thing. Like not like fangirling like extra hard or nothing like that. I just wanted to be like, excited. So I'm looking in here and I see her over there and I'm like, okay, like we gotta get in there. So we kind of make our way over there, but we're again laying low because we don't want to look like we don't belong. So we're chilling, sipping our drinks, and so I noticed that there's a lady who's guarding the door, and I wouldn't even call it a door, it's just kind of like where the wall stopped, and it was just like an open space. So I'm like, okay, like we gotta get past her in order to get in there. So I noticed that she's only letting in people that she recognizes, so people that work with her or work for the organization. So I'm like, this is gonna be a lot harder than I think if we're trying to get up in there because she doesn't know us. So I was like, we don't really want to run the risk of getting kicked out because she doesn't know us, right? So we kind of sit there for a while, like watching, like, okay, how do we get in? Are they gonna switch people? Like all this stuff. Now while we're watching her, I noticed like a group of girls watching us. And by group of girls, I mean like 3 or 4 girls. Like they kept kind of looking at us, but like not too crazy, just like occasionally just making like direct eye contact over at us. Now I'm used to stuff like this because Lars is a very beautiful man. Girls are always looking at him, so I'm just kind of like, whatever, right? Doesn't faze me. I'm like, okay, I'm with him, so I get it. So about another like 15-20 minutes goes by, and we kind of make our way kind of back by the stairway that we came up because it was a better view of like the players and everything that was going inside, and also the door that we needed to get into. So we make our way there, and it's me and it's Lars, and then there's like the stairs are like going down like behind me. So I'm kind of like, okay, so even if we don't get in there, whenever she comes out, they have to walk this way. So at least I can say hi that way, right? So chilling. And we kind of almost didn't give up on going inside, but we just kind of defeated at that point. Like, this probably is going to happen. So again, these girls keep looking, so I'm kind of like, okay. So after about like, I'd say like 5-10 minutes, the ringleader of the girls comes walking towards us, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, here we go, right? So she walks up, and she's a little drunk. She's like, I got a question for you guys. So my friends didn't believe me, but I just had to come over here and ask, are you guys Olympians? And I kid you not, I cannot make this up. Like, I cannot make this up. Without even, like, looking over at him or him looking at me or making any sort of direct eye contact, we both, no hesitation, go, yep. No joke. Like, we just look right at her and, yeah. And didn't even crack a smile, didn't break character, nothing. And she goes, oh my gosh, I knew it. And so she turns around and she like waves her friends over. And then like the 3 or 4 other people come walking. I'm like, oh my gosh, like we saw your jacket and I was trying to tell them that you're a celebrity and blah, 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 right? And so she's like just hamming it up, talking yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like dying on the inside because she truly believes that we're both Olympians. So the conversation keeps going. So she's talking a little bit more to Lars, and then she goes, well, what do you guys do? Like, what's your events, you know? And so Lars, I can't remember exactly what he said. I think it had something to do, I actually don't even know. But he said something, and so then she, like, turns and looks at me, and she's like, well, what do you do? And I was like, it's not as cool as his, but I was like, you know the people that, like, do all the flips and all the acrobatics, and they, you know, they jump on the trampolines? And she's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm a trampolinist. And so she's like, and so he goes, yeah, he's like, look at those thighs, right? And I was just like, okay. Like, so she just bought it. Like, they literally just bought it. So now they're just talking, mostly talking to Lars, because I'm on an agenda. I'm like, okay. So I'm still looking, and I start to notice that the players are getting ready to leave, because at this point, it's almost close to 2 o'clock. It's like about 1:30 in the morning. So I noticed like a bunch of them kind of stand up, and they essentially have to go around something to then go through that kind of like hole in the wall there to like walk out. So like he's still talking, I'm still kind of paying attention, but I'm still looking over here like doing this, doing that kind of thing. So then I see all of them get up and I see him walk out. Now all of a sudden everybody just kind of crowds up over by that door, and I'm still by the stairs. So I'm like, they gotta come this way. So I see like Sylvia walk by, I see like a bunch of other people walk by, and then I see Simone's wife come out first, and Simone is behind her. So I'm like, word, here she comes, right? So Simone's wife gets like about to like walk down the stairs, and Simone's right behind her, and so I was like, yo, Simone. And she literally looks over at me, looks me dead in the eye, and goes, oh, what's up, baby? Grabs my hand, just like, gives me some love. And I was like, and so Lars like looked at me, and I was like, bruh. So that was like it. I was like, I'm done. So I literally like jumped behind her in line, and like Lars immediately follows. We just left them girls that was like trying to talk to us because we're like Olympians or whatever. And so we were like, bye. So like once she gave me the love, she was like, what's up, baby? And I was like, oh. So then she goes to walk and follow her wife down the stairs. So I immediately just like turn and start walking down the stairs with her. He starts walking down the stairs with me, and then the rest of the players are walking down the stairs behind us. So it's literally like players, Simone and her wife, me, Lars, more players. So I'm like, bruh. So we're just hitting the stairs. We're just winding down the stairs, and I'm just strutting like, yup, supposed to be here with the team. Let's go, right? Just killing it. So we literally walked down the spiral stairs out the front door of 7. And so Simone and like Sylvia and a bunch of other people like get in a limo and they drive off. But then there was another group of the team, more so like the bench players and stuff like that, the not so well-known players. They just kind of huddle up in front of 7 because I guess they were waiting for the ride or whatever. So we kind of just chilling. We wasn't being creepy, but we just like kind of walk out because, you know, we had to play it off. We had to make it look like we was a part of the, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of chill for a minute. And so like they were over here, but we had to go this way. And so after like a minute or two, we were like, should we go now? Should we kind of like, this is our time? So we like go to turn and just like walk towards our car. And literally all I was thinking at that moment was not even that we just like strutted out, but like snuck into VIP, and Simone gave me some dap because I know she remembered me. Don't nobody give love like that if they don't remember who you are. But I was just thinking like, yo, we left those girls upstairs. Not only do they think we're Olympians, but they literally think that I'm like best friends with Seimone Augustus. And I was like, I wonder if they out there telling that exact same story on that exact same night from their perspective. So anyway, that was my story time about the time that Lars and I literally snuck into the VIP, and then I met Seimone Augustus for the second time. So again, thanks for being here. I really appreciate you guys' likes and your comments. I read those, so go ahead and leave those below. Give me a thumbs up if you like these storytime videos, and also subscribe so you can get a notification every time I upload one on Sunday, so you have to wait for me to tell you. But with that said, let me know if you want to see anything else. I do challenges. I'm going to bring some other videos and some other guests to the channel as well. But like I said, I post videos every Sunday, so just be right here if you're ready for some entertainment. And again, I appreciate every single one of you, and you guys have a phenomenal week. Be nice to each other, take care of yourselves, and if you live anywhere where there's a lot of snow, drive safe. Happy holidays, guys. Bye.